Okay, welcome to part two of setting up your P1S combo. Now, I'll also talk about setting up the P1S without the combo, but first, you're going to unbox it. It has the two handles on either side that you can pick it up and put it on wherever you're setting it. Now, keep in mind that wherever you're putting your printer needs to be a stable surface. These printers move a lot and they move fast. So if it's not a stable surface, that's not a good thing. Now, you've got your quick start guide here. You're going to want to pull that off, read it. We got some stickers, which are exciting. And then you're going to remove the rest of the tape, the rest of the plastic, take the lid off, and now you're going to take off all this styrofoam on the top. And once we remove the styrofoam and the plastic from the door, we're going to look at the first step of the quick start guide. And so that is to unscrew the two screws at the bottom and then pull out your AMS. So it's got an Allen key included in this box. You're going to pull out the Allen key. You're going to unscrew those two screws. I save all of those screws, by the way, and I've used them in other projects. So I would do the same for you. Now, the next step is to remove the four screws that are holding the AMS tray and then the styrofoam and cardboard around the print head. We've got that done. We're going to turn it around and now connect the AMS. We're going to connect the PTFE tubes first. These are also called Bowden tubes. And then we're going to connect the cable. The one with the 90-degree goes in the back. The other one connects to the printer, then the AMS. On the left side, keep that in mind, it is on the left side. Then if you don't have the combo, you'll connect the exterior spool holder. And then the next step after this is to turn around and remove the three screws around the print bed. So it's really important to remove these because when you go to do your calibration, if you haven't removed those, it's going to cause an error. Now we're going to connect the screen. Really simple. It only goes one way. And then once you have it plugged in, it's got four pins that have a 90-degree angle on them. You're going to push those into the four slots and push it to the left. Now you're going to download the Bambu Handy app. So get that downloaded. Once you have it downloaded, you're going to tell this that you're ready to pair. Click the plus. It will give you a QR code to scan after you've agreed that you've read the instructions. It scans the QR code extremely fast. So I'm going to block out all my information just because when I scan it, now it's saying, okay, great. Would you like to bind this printer? I'm going to say yes. We're going to pair it. Now we're going to connect it to the network. Now, this is the most important part that a lot of people fail on is these printers only connect to 2.4 hertz connections on Wi-Fi. So you cannot use a 5 hertz connection for your Wi-Fi. If you don't have one of those, comment below and I'll explain how to hook that up, but hopefully you just have one. Now we're going to do the calibration test. While we're doing that, I like to take out the silica beads that are in the bottom of the AMS and put them back in after we take them out of the plastic. Then we're going to take the styrofoam off, go ahead and close the lid. Okay, so now we're doing our calibration test. This takes about 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't print anything during this. Obviously, it's just running through belt testing, tensioning testing, and vibration test. Now it's got an update. We're going to let it do its update. There's a lot of people that don't like to use the latest firmware. I'll update mine most of the time when I get it. Now for the Bambu spools, they do have RFID on them. And so the AMS will actually pick up what color and material they are. For other brands, some of them have it, most of them don't. Now Bambu is going to send you a support filament spool. I never use it. I like to use PETG if anything, but for the most part, I just don't use these spools. My original one is still in its wrapper. All you have to do to load the spool is push that button and then feed the filament in. Let's close the lid. Okay, so now we're going to do our first print. We're going to go down to the bottom of the SD card and click Benchy. This particular Benchy is a stress test for the system. It's a great first test to make sure that everything is calibrated correctly. So we're going to let that run. If you're brand new to 3D printing, especially with Bambu or multicolor, filament poop is a thing. So every time you do a print, you're going to get a piece of filament poop. But when you do multicolor, you're going to get lots of pieces of filament poop because every single time it has to switch, it has to do a purge to switch the color. Okay, so we got our Benchy printing in the background here. I'm just gonna let it run. Look at that quality. These printers are fast. This isn't even at its full speed. It's gonna print a lot of times at 100%, but you can slow it down or you can speed it up a lot faster. It's called ludicrous mode. Okay, we got it done. There it is. All right, so we just finished the first print on the P1S. Now let's talk about removing prints from the build plate. So first, this is a magnetic plate. You just pick it up, and then the print will, for the most part, depending on what you printed, be pretty stuck on there. Like this is not going anywhere. But what you do, and you're gonna be nervous to do this the first couple times, is you do what's called cracking it. Just like that. If you need to, you can go the other way, or you can also go in. You're not gonna hurt this plate, but look, now it's loose. Let's look at this. Then to put it back on, just gonna slide it back. Put it on there. You're gonna need to make sure that it's aligned. The clip that I'm gonna show in a later video will help with that. Okay, let's take a minute to look at this very first print off of this P1S and the quality of it. Now, this particular model that is on the SD card is designed to stress test the printer a little bit. It goes fast and then slow in certain areas. Let's compare it to the first ever Benchy I did on my original P1S. So here's the brand new P1S Benchy. Here's the old P1S Benchy that I printed over a year ago. And so you can see between these two, the filament's slightly different colors, but the quality is almost the same. I would say maybe the original is actually a little worse. Well, they're about the same, which is what you can expect from something like this. This is the whole point of a P1S and a Bambu printer in general, is the quality that you get out of the box. I haven't done anything except set this up. No tweaking, no modifying, no nothing. And it's giving those type of results.